Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to explore how having the right words can literally change how you see the world. It's like getting a brand new toolkit for everything from fashion to finance. Seriously, think about it. We're not just learning vocabulary today, we're actually gaining new lenses to perceive everything around us. It's like upgrading the software in your brain. Okay, let's dive into this.
So here's our plan. We're going to explore 4 distinct toolkits. We'll start with the language of appearance, then move to color, then money, and we'll finish up with the power of criticism.
First up, let's try on the lens of a fashion designer. How can we talk about what we wear with a little more precision than just saying, hey, nice shirt? It starts pretty simply. To array is to get dressed, to put on clothes. And its opposite, divest, is to take them off. Array and divest. Easy enough. Now, here's a word I just love because it's so visual. Threadbare. You know, when a piece of clothing is so old and worn out that its threads have literally become bare, you can just picture that old, comfy jacket, can't you? And on the other end of the spectrum, you've got bedizened. This is when you dress up, but maybe without the best taste. It's kind of gaudy and flashy. A great way to remember it, just picture Captain Jack Sparrow and all his mismatched, over-the-top accessories. That's a perfect example of being bedizened. Okay. Let's move from the fashion designer's lens to the artist's. We're going to see how we can build on this and paint a much richer picture of the world with our words. So instead of just saying something is spotted, you can get way more specific. Is it mottled, with all those random spots and smears of color? Or is it dappled, like that beautiful pattern sunlight makes when it shines through leaves? Maybe it's pied, which means it has 2 or more colors in big patches. Or is it just flecked, with tiny little dots of color? See how much clearer that is? Some colors are just, well, they're in your face. They're glaring. So intensely bright and shiny, you almost have to look away. And then you have the complete opposite, colors that are wan, pale, sickly, totally lacking in energy. Or you can take it even further to cadaverous, which means pale like a corpse. It's pretty amazing how a single word can create such a strong feeling of contrast. And here's a fascinating one. We often say someone is livid with anger, right? Well, that's because it's also a color. It's that dark, angry, bluish-gray color of a fresh bruise. Think about a fight scene in a movie. That's livid. Now, the opposite of something that's stained or flawed is immaculate. Perfectly clean, neat, not a mistake in sight. You know, any Game of Thrones fans out there will definitely recognize this from the Unsullied, that army whose whole reputation was meant to be completely spotless. Okay, now for our third lens. Let's try seeing the world as an economist does. How can we talk about money with a bit more nuance? So, you've really got 2 sides of the same coin here. On one side, you have all these words for being careful with money, like frugal or thrifty. And on the other side? Well, that's for when you're being wasteful, words like lavish or squander. And some of these have these brilliant little memory aids built right in. Like, to husband your resources is a really old term that just means to save or economize. And then there's parsimonious, which describes someone so stingy you can literally picture their purse refusing to open up and let the money out. But moving beyond just personal spending habits, there's a really powerful word, indigence. And this isn't just about being broke. It's a state of extreme, crushing poverty. It's a word with some serious weight to it. And for our final section, let's put on the lens of a critic. Because words aren't just for describing things, they're for analyzing, judging, and sometimes even attacking. So knowing the right tool for the job is absolutely crucial. The noun, the act of criticism itself, could be a castigation. The verb, the action of criticizing, could be to pan something, like in a bad review. And the adjective to describe that review? You could say it was vitriolic, sharp, acidic, and meant to cause some damage. But hey, criticism isn't the only possible outcome. You can totally endorse an idea with your approval. Or you could just mock it. You could debunk it, deride it, or even lampoon it in a satirical way. And all of this brings us to a really powerful idea from Karl Marx. He talked about the need for ruthless criticism of everything existing. The point wasn't just to be negative. It was that the only way to find what's actually true and valuable is to challenge and question everything relentlessly. So we'll leave you with this thought. These words, they're not just for memorizing for a test. They are tools. Tools for seeing, tools for analyzing, and tools for change. So go on, pick one and try it out today. You have the words. What will you try to change?